Et bonjour, bonjour à tous en quête d'histoire. On se retrouve pour la suite de Ken Follett, l'œuvre de Ken Follett, les piliers de la Terre. Où en étions-nous? Je ne m'en souviens plus. Mais on va continuer et on va voir. Ah oui. Ouais. Et je dois faire quoi? Je dois... Pourquoi j'arrive rien à cliquer? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Pourquoi je ne peux rien faire? J'essaye, hein, différentes touches. J'ai bon cliquer partout. Ah, d'accord.
The monk had crossed a small stream, or he had followed its course north, which would have led him towards the next village. Either way, the tracks ended at a riverbed as evening was fast approaching. The big man looked at me. "Which way, boy?" he asked. But I could only guess.
Ok, intéressant. Intéressant parce que est-ce qu'on a ici le texte original, donc traduit par contre, mais du coup, comme exactement comme l'histoire qu'on voulait faire sur Frostpunk, on écrit à la première personne. Et là, entre autres, donc on imagine qu'on a Philippe d'un côté et puis on va avoir lui de l'autre qui raconte ses mémoires.
The stream led us to a more convenient crossing. Here, one could easily pass without getting drenched in icy water. Suddenly, the boy called out. He had spotted something on the other bank. A set of fresh
Là
footprints.
encore, on a
He laughed triumphantly as our eyes locked.
on a le côté antagoniste entre le fils aîné de Tom Builder et le petit, que j'ai déjà oublié son nom.
So, we crossed the river, the boy cheerfully mocking my skills as a tracker.
What is it?
He got us lost.
Did you?
Papa, I'm tired.
That's all right. Come on, up on my shoulders you go.
No, I'm too heavy, and you're too tired anyway. I will remain steadfast.
You should all get some rest. Alfred, stay here with them while I take a look ahead.
No, don't go.
I won't be far, dear. Besides, you can do me a favour while I'm gone. Have an eye on the lads and make sure they get some sleep, all right?
All right.
See? You are steadfast. I won't be long.
Pour la petite, faut pas oublier que c'est compliqué. Elle a perdu sa mère et elle est un peu la seule fille maintenant du groupe.
You stay where I can see you while my sister rests. And no tricks.
No, I won't abandon him. We are fighting side by side now.
J'aurais essayé.
Ah! You little...
Papa, what are you doing?
Nothing. Go back to sleep. Father will be back soon. If we were alone, I'd kill you. Hey, you see that? Over there in the fog. There is something there.
Je peux plus récupérer le livre.
What is it?
A deer. It broke through the ice and died.
Children! Martha, wake up, dear.
Who's she?
We met in the forest. I'm Jack's mother. Come here, Jack.
Did you find him?
Yes, dear, we did.
The baby is safe. The monk brought it to a small cell not far from here.
But we won't go there now. Ellen offered us shelter for tonight.
I have. Follow me.
Ah, donc là, on a les deux premières... comment dire, les deux débuts qui se sont recroisés en un seul.
Agnes might have been safe.
Don't fool yourself. When a woman is bleeding inside, it either stops or it doesn't.
Ok, donc
All
ça
you
c'est
can
l'histoire
do is
d'hémorragie
keep her
interne.
warm, and you did that. I'm sorry, but the living must take care of the living. Jack, give the children some soup, will you? Will you be able to get work soon?
Hard to say. People don't usually hire a new master builder in winter. Too cold for stirring water. Sometimes you get lucky, but...
Thank you, Jack.
Some time ago I had work in Exeter. They offered me the post of builder for the Castellan, to keep the walls and defences in shape. They would have kept
là,
me
il est
busy
pris de
for the
remords.
rest of my life. We would have lived like bishops.
C'est le remords.
What happened?
Il
I refused. All I cared about was working on a cathedral again. I was a fool.
You can do better than to build churches.
Well, I worked on one once. That was good work. I won't ramble on now. But if you ask Martha, she'll tell you everything about it.
You know, a man like you should not beat himself so hard.
No. No, there is no excuse for leaving my baby son behind.
Women die in labor. Men abandon their children all the time. It is rare that they return.
Is that what happened to you and your son?
No, that is an altogether different story. One I haven't even told Jack yet. All I can say is, I raised him alone in this cave, outside of town law. Just us and the forest.
How do you get by?
We hunt, we gather. It works well enough for us two to survive. You can thank Jack for the meal, by the way. My little cub caught his first deer today, all by himself.
I'm impressed.
What's a cathedral?
It's a big house for people to pray.
They go there to rob each other?
No, they don't prey on each other. They talk to God.
It's a place of worship and a home for priests and monks.
Oh.
Eat well, children. You'll need your strength.
And so do you, Master Builder. Go on, tuck in.
I will. Thank you. they're
On
asleep
sent qu'il y a
now.
déjà une certaine, pas empathie, mais
I told you that the monk had taken the baby to a small cell nearby. It's true,
une certaine
but I
affinité.
advise you to stay away from there.
What? Why?
Because you abandoned it. That counts as murder.
Then I have to steal him. I have to own up to what I've done. I have to take back my son.
Think for a moment. You have been out of work since summer. A baby needs a lot of care, more than your other children. How will you feed him?
But what am I to do then? Live like you? I don't know a thing about hunting. I'm a mason. Even in a castle I'm more at home than here.
Leave the baby with the monks. He'd be warm and fed. You wouldn't have to carry him while you look for work. And when you do find something, you can come back and fetch him.
I don't know.
Elle a la
Since
tête sur
Agnes
les
died,
épaules.
I
Hein.
don't know anything anymore.
You're a good man, Tom Builder. You're kind and gentle and strong. You will do the right thing. You also don't have to go through this alone, you know.
Et
Jack
pareil,
and I
on
will
sent
have
cette
to leave this
affinité. On
place
sent que
soon.
Hélène,
The winter is too cruel and we might
comment
not
dire,
survive
que
if we
Tom
stayed.
rappelle
We
quelqu'un
could
à Hélène.
all travel together.
I don't know. I have my hands full with my children already.
I can help you take care of them. If you promise to teach my son how to get along in the world of men. We may be strangers now, but we would be at each other's side, helping out however we can.
The living must take care of the living.
Yes.
Ah, un petit choix. Je pense que clairement, il a pas envie de partir forcément. Il est peut-être curieux, mais
That night I dreamed of a strange world. One of knights and monks preying upon each other in a big, dark cave. There were small castles, dead deer, and a giant called Tom. Filled with fear, I walked on, hoping to find my way back to the place I had once called my home.
parce que c'est jamais, comment dire, c'est jamais facile d'abandonner son chez-soi. Parce que voilà, on l'a vu au début, il a construit toute sa vie dans cette caverne, il avait son petit château, ses figurines, etc. Donc c'était chez lui en fait. Et l'idée de devoir tout abandonner, c'est jamais facile. Ce n'est jamais facile. Surtout pour un enfant qui va aller dans un monde dont il ne connaît rien. Il va y avoir la curiosité, il va y avoir l'excitation. Mais au fond, il va rapidement se rendre compte qu'il ne connaît rien du tout. Chapitre 3. La conspiration. Palais de l'évêque Valérian, machin. Ok. Et on retourne du coup du côté de Philippe, hein, donc on change de chapitre. Et on a forcément un changement d'environnement, etc. pour toujours captiver. D'accord? Si on était resté toujours pareil avec les mêmes personnages, etc. C'est moi, le soleil est descendu. Le soleil descend tout seul, d'accord.
I want to help, I have to stay.
My brother is as stubborn as you are sometimes. But I trust him. The bishop has to see this letter.
Ok. Peut-être que je vais me voir, je ne suis qu'un simple moine. Qu'est-ce que je sais des guerres? La guerre. Ok, quelqu'un doit faire quelque chose. Alors je dois essayer, et si j'échoue, des milliers de vies sont en jeu. Mon Dieu. L'évêque est un homme de Dieu. Et ce que j'aime bien, c'est que le palais de l'évêque, il est taille humaine. Il est vraiment taille
My
humaine.
pony needs to be fed soon. Should I take some?
Allez, prends des pommes.
I will take just a couple.
Et on va les donner au pauvre Dada. Alors bien sûr, on est en plein hiver. L'idée même de prendre des pommes pour nourrir un cheval qui pourrait être de la nourriture,
There you go.
c'est voilà, c'est discutable. Mais il faut pas imaginer, il
You're
faut
still
pas
hungry,
oublier,
aren't you?
que Philippe, c'est le genre de personne à être attaché à son cheval. C'est un compagnon de route. Il est venu avec, il voyage avec.
My pony should be fed.
Rends du
My
fond.
pony needs to be.
Ok, c'est toujours pareil.
What lies beyond this? Oh, I should not destroy.
Bon, on va donner ça au pauvre Dada.
Here.
Alors peut-être qu'on aurait dû faire ça après.
But where do I tell the bishop
Allez, on y va. Donc oui, c'est des bâtiments très simples. Il y a quand même un peu de protection, mais principalement contre les animaux. Ou peut-être contre des bandits, mais très vite fait. Hein. Faut pas oublier, on est au XIIe siècle.
Oh, why must I be so nervous?
Un point.
I know I can do this. But if I do the right thing, then why am I so afraid?
Parce que Philippe est quelqu'un d'extrêmement humble. J'ai loupé.
Focus. You have to do this. Francis is right. I trust Francis. He knows about these things.
How can I help you?
I have come to see the bishop.
Who may I tell the bishop is visiting?
Je suis le prieur. On va dire ça. Parce que ça parle.
I am the prior of St. John in the Forest.
And what may I tell Bishop Wailerin is the reason for your visit? The bishop insists that I ask.
I carry a letter that proves there will be a war.
A war?
Yes, but the bishop may be able to stop it.
It is urgent then. I will let the bishop know that you are here. Please, wait here a short while.
Bon, bah faut attendre. Donc voilà, c'est. J'ai bien aimé le regard. Le moine qui vient à la porte de l'évêque. Le serviteur qui le regarde. L'analyse du pied à la tête. Et vraiment, Danor, qu'est-ce que vous voulez, machin, en croyant que c'est un moine mendiant qui vient réclamer, qui vient demander l'hospitalité ou tout ça. C'était assez intéressant. Et il a changé de visage dès que Philippe lui a dit bah, « Je suis le prieur de machin ». Et
The bishop will see you
étant
now.
donné que pas sa colonie, mais son groupe se porte extrêmement bien, forcément que c'est remonté assez haut. Alors là, j'aime bien
The
aussi le
Right
détail.
Reverend Bishop Wailerin by God.
Please, sit down.
Thank you, Right Reverend.
Ce que j'aime bien, c'est les fenêtres ouvertes. Il n'y a pas de fenêtre de verre, hein, ça n'existe pas. c'était des fenêtres en parchemin ou des volets de bois qu'on venait glisser avec des
Please,
cales. Hein.
call me Waileran. Timothy informed me you are the prior of...
St. John in the Forest, Right Reverend.
Then you must be Philip of Gwynedd.
I'm surprised you know my name.
As bishop, I am the ex officio abbot of Kingsbridge. So, I am bound to take an interest.
Well, God has blessed us in St. John.
I wish God would confer similar blessings on Kingsbridge Priory. Timothy said you were talking about a war.
Tous c'est plus fort, hein? Ouais.
Old Bartholomew of Shiring. Do you know him well?
As bishop, I am much involved in politics. Though, of course, the church can never be involved enough. Bartholomew is a stubborn man. He is opposed to any suggestions from me, and I am his bishop.
I heard the same about the Earl of Gloucester.
How do you know of this? Ah, your brother Francis is working for Earl Robert of Gloucester, is he not? Did he tell you?
Pareil, on est un moine. Devant son évêque, on ne ment pas. Surtout
Excuse me.
Philippe.
Yes, Francis mentioned this to me. He is indeed working for the Earl of Gloucester.
You mentioned a war. Tell me, Philip, why are you here?
Was I wrong to come to you, my bishop? Maybe I should have taken the letter to the Sheriff of Shiring.
Eustace is ungodly, arrogant, grasping, and corrupt. So are all sheriffs. Philip, how did you get this letter?
Là, par contre, Francis nous avait demandé de pas en parler.
I found it among Prior James's documents in
Ce qui est vrai.
Kingsbridge. I am staying there for a few days.
Prior James. May he rest in peace. Did he not order everything to be burned?
You know about this?
Sub-Prior Remigius mentioned it once.
I asked them not to burn James's books. The brothers agreed.
Well, and there you found the letter.
Yes.
Timothy, leave us. And did you find anything else?
No, just the letter.
Les
The
doigts,
messenger
les doigts.
carrying it had an accident and died near Kingsbridge.
And your brother Francis told you about it?
No.
Philip, you already told me you have talked with him about this. From the letter I see the messenger was employed by your brother's master. That is why it is understandable that you would want to protect him. But there is no need to lie to me.
A war would cost so many lives.
God thunders wondrously with his voice.
He does great things that we cannot comprehend. The Book of Job. But this is not the work of God, but of Earl Bartholomew.
You are truly the man I have heard so much about. I will call on friends of mine. Pray for us that we can put an end to Bartholomew's plan before it is too late. You did a brave thing for our church, Brother Philip. A brave thing indeed. You'll go back to Kingsbridge Priory now and forget about the sheriff, won't you?
I will.
And don't speak of this to anyone there.
I shan't.
Là, on sent qu'il y a quelque chose de bizarre avec l'évêque. Là, on sent qu'il abuse de la gentillesse de Philippe. Et ce regard à la fin. Ok, et bah partons.
Time to leave, old friend.
C'est quelqu'un d'honnête, Philippe. C'est quelqu'un qui est, comment dire, consciencieux dans sa tâche, honnête
Did you pack enough
et
It will be a
plein de
while
vertus,
before
mais
you get to
c'est
eat
aussi
smoked
ce côté
venison again.
honnête
Yeah, yeah.
qui
I took
le
some.
perd un peu.
Anyone seen Martha?
She said she had to piss.
All right. I'll go get her.
You're a mason too, right?
Uh-huh.
So, what have you built so far? I'm sure Jack would love to hear about your work.
Houses. I mostly carve rocks. I haven't built much yet.
That must be hard work.
Right.
Pas envie de partir, pas envie de voyager avec lui.
Tell me, how are you getting along?
Fine.
You know, you don't have to be afraid of me.
I'm not afraid.
Ah. Je crois qu'on a entendu quelque chose.
Even the good ones are starting to taste bad.
I think I'll go and look for Tom.
Voilà, je pense que c'est le souvenir de sa mère qui remonte.
I don't want to leave. It's so dangerous out there. I don't want to get robbed again.
Ah, très intéressant. Parce que ils se sont fait attaquer par des bandits et piller leurs ressources. Et c'est de ça qu'elle a peur, d'accord.
I've got a slingshot.
Maybe you could teach me how to use it.
I will.
Papa usually protects me. But he can't always be around. He needs to take care of himself too.
Choix. Nous sommes plus nombreux désormais. Tu dois apprendre à te défendre. Tu dois apprendre à te défendre. Oui et non. Faut pas oublier qu'on est dans une société du XIIe siècle. Donc qu'une femme se défende, c'est pas trop dans le truc, je crois. Hein. Ça, on serait clairement dans la réponse de type romantisme. Chevaleresque, hein. Ce qui collerait à peu près, parce que je crois que les grandes gestes d'Arthur, etc., ça a commencé à être cette époque, 12e siècle, peut-être un peu plus tardif. Nous sommes nombreux désormais, oui et non, parce que comme il ne s'entend pas avec le groupe, c'est pas logique comme réponse de la part de Jack. Donc, je pencherais plutôt pour celui-là, parce que voilà, il jouait au chevalier, etc. Il a lu les livres, peut-être justement des gestes chevaleresques. Au moins, ça serait ça. Hein.
I will always be around.
That's not your job. You should look after yourself and your mother first. And I want to stay here where it's safe.
Ah, et on peut lui donner le chevalier.
is Charles the Great. He will protect you.
Oh. Am I his princess?
You are. Together, you are brave and smart and will never give up.
All right. I have to stay steadfast. Thank you, Jack.
Martha! Where are you?
Come on. We're going on a great quest.
Voilà. Nous allons nous lancer dans une grande quête. Ça confirme le fait des gestes héroïques. Les grandes quêtes, la quête du Graal, etc. Quête du
On our
Graal.
way, I told Martha the names of my trees. There was the birch, Jerusalem,
Je
and
vais,
the
je vais,
oaks,
je vais répondre après.
Alexandria and Byzantium. When I pointed out Rome, she laughed and named an apple tree Southampton. The farther we walked, the merrier she became, christening all the new trees Winchester, Bath, Salisbury, while I grew quieter and
Ok, et
quieter.
en plus c'est assez intéressant là-dessus. Donc voilà, il a mentionné le terme de quête. Donc voilà, j'étais parti pour parler justement de la quête du Graal. En ces périodes très sombres, famine, mauvaise récolte, hiver qui est très dur et potentiellement guerre, normal que tout ce qui est la quête du Graal, voilà, le fait de sauver la Terre, tout ce qui est sauver la Terre, soit quelque chose qui soit la mode en fait. Tout simplement, c'est quelque chose qui est à la mode. Et là, c'était aussi très intéressant ce texte-là, parce qu'on voit le décalage entre Martha et Jack. Jack à Jérusalem, Alexandrie, Byzance, Rome. Voilà, et ce sont des grandes villes que seuls des lettrés connaissent. Voilà, c'est parce que Jack a lu énormément de livres, mais voilà, il connaît ses noms et c'est tout. Et Martha, de son côté, ne connaît rien de ces grandes villes, de ces textes. Ça se trouve, elle ne sait même pas lire, en fait. Et elle nomme les arbres des villes et des villages qu'elle a traversés, qu'elle connaît. Et c'est pour ça que Jack se fait de plus en plus silencieux, parce qu'il se rend compte qu'il a plein de choses qu'il ne connaît pas et qui sont pas si loin que ça, en fait. Il ne connaît rien du monde. C'est pour ça qu'il est en train de se rendre compte de ça.
Finally, we arrived at a large road. This heads towards Shiring, Tom said. The strangest name of them all. By noon, we had reached the edge of town. Mother gave us some dry prunes to chew while she argued with Tom whether we should head directly to town or past the palace of the so-called bishop. Tom was hopeful to find work at the palace, but Mother seemed uneasy.
Ce qui est normal, parce que on sent qu'elle a une rancœur contre l'église. Et la ville est plus à même de cacher les gens. Mais par contre, ça signifie travailler sur des murailles, ça signifie travailler dans des maisons, tout ce qui n'intéresse pas Tom. Alors que l'évêque, c'est potentiellement le choix de sa vie, en fait. Mais voilà, restons logiques. Tom a dit qu'il allait abandonner l'idée à la mort de sa femme et qu'il allait s'occuper de ses enfants parce qu'il n'y a plus que lui, en fait. La ville est plus
Mother
logique.
seemed happy to head directly into town and avoid the palace. These churchmen are all crooks, she said. But Tom answered with a worried expression on his brow. They might be the only ones willing to hire a mason around here.
On verra bien, hein. Et ce qui est tout à fait vrai, parce que voilà, on est dans une situation assez complexe.
Shiring was full of people looking for work. Mother and Tom kept asking around while we rested our feet at the market. Alfred gave me a look as if he wanted to punch me, but I only stared at the buildings, amazed by the straightness of their walls. Finally, Mother called us over. Rumour had it that the Earl of Shiring was hiring all kinds of people. It was then that I heard a man in a robe say, that voice,
Ah, intéressant.
it's her. The witch. She was here 10 years ago. But apart from me, no one took notice.
Donc la sorcière, donc c'est ce qu'on disait, hein, vivre dans une cave loin de l'église, etc. Elle se fait traiter de sorcière parce qu'elle a un différend avec l'église. Et elle était là il y a 10 ans. Donc un élément du passé comme ça qui est lancé en mode indice. Si vous ne savez pas l'histoire de ce qui se passe après, ça vous passe devant. Et ça, j'adore. C'est quelque chose que j'adore en narration. C'est-à-dire qu'on a un début de cycle là. Là, on sait qu'il s'est passé quelque chose. On sait que c'est une sorcière. Elle était là il y a 10 ans. Et elle a déjà dit qu'il y avait une histoire avec le père de Jack. Et qu'elle n'a pas encore raconté. Donc voilà, on a des petits éléments éparses qui sont distribués au fur et à mesure du temps, en fait. Exactement comme dans l'histoire qu'on voulait écrire sur Frostpunk, avec le générateur défaillant, où on laisse des petits indices. Il commence à y avoir des rumeurs de petits problèmes de mesure sur les régulateurs, puis soudainement des équipes d'ingénieurs qui se relaient la nuit. Voilà, c'est des petits indices. Il est en train de se passer quelque chose, et là, on a des éléments du passé, en fait, qui sont donnés au fur et à mesure du temps. Et c'est ce qui donne de la profondeur au personnage. C'est passé des choses. Et ça explique pourquoi les personnages réagissent de telle ou telle façon, en fait. Le personnage est construit en fonction de ses traumas, de son vécu. C'est, pour vous citer les confessions, Amandine. Amandine fait des crises. Quand elle est devant le bûcher, au livre 1, le bûcher de joie de la fête des moissons, elle fait une crise. Et ce n'est pas pour rien, c'est quelque chose de traumatique qu'on va découvrir dans le livre 3. Tout simplement, c'est son passé qui tente de ressurgir. Et là, c'est pareil, c'est le passé qui ressurgit, mais qui n'est pas traumatisant en soi, mais qui nous laisse des indices. Donc c'était très très bien ça. Ça, j'adore. Ça montre tout de suite une... comment ça s'appelle ? Une histoire travaillée.
You don't know me. You're misjudging whatever it is I did. I'm willing to forgive your mistake if you accept my offer now.
This is all about family honor to you, isn't it? Perhaps I should tell you about my mother. She was a happy person who loved to laugh and tell stories, but father made her miserable. Oh, he's not a bad man, but solemn and strict. She hated him so much she died from it.
Are you saying you don't like me?
You're so self-centered. You never think about anyone else's feelings. You have no refinement and you can barely read. What were you expecting?
Donc nouveau départ, hein.
You'll see that you are wrong, and then I won't be so forgiving.
All right. Let's hope it's true and the Earl needs us.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Alfred, keep an eye out. I'll be right back. And boys, try to be nicer to each other.
An eye out for what?
Papa wants him to look for things that are broken.
Some people don't know they need a mason until you show them.
Papa could fix their walls or build a house.
One man can build an entire house? I want to see.
Learn what you can, but don't stray too far.
Ugh. Why won't anyone just give me something to eat?
Ok. Que se passe-t-il avec maman? Je la trouve différente. Elle est moins maussade et en même temps elle l'est encore plus.
Stay Stay sharp, Jack. People are rarely what they seem. See that knight over there? What does he look like to you?
Un petit ours, un canard. On va dire un ours.
He looks like a small bear.
True, but even small bears can have an appetite for blood. Just because we are out of the forest, that doesn't mean there are no wolves about.
Ok.
Hello, Jack. Have you ever been to a castle before?
No.
Castles are very safe places. People don't rob you so fast.
Mother told me
C'est
stories
vraiment quelque
about
chose qui l'a
castles,
traumatisé.
about knights and princesses.
Oh, like what?
Like the one about Tristan and Isolde. They
Ouais,
drank a potion
voilà,
and
une
had
grande,
to love each other for 3 years.
I know that one. Jack, do you think there's a princess in this castle? It would be so nice to see a real princess one day.
C'était intéressant, parce qu'elle a cité Isolde, donc du coup on est sur effectivement une grande geste chevaleresque. Elle a toujours cette peur d'être détroussée, donc on a vraiment un personnage traumatisé. Là-dessus, mais c'est surtout, voilà, c'est une enfant, c'est une fille, donc elle a vraiment aucun moyen de se défendre, et ça pourrait très mal finir pour elle. Donc c'est pour ça qu'elle en a peur. Et dans un château, théoriquement, effectivement, il y a moins de chances de se faire avoir. Là, on dirait juste un tas de cailloux.
Jack, be careful. Don't get too close.
C'est la même chose. Bon. Est-ce que... Non, la caméra ne bouge pas. Donc là, on a fait le tour. Et on va traverser la cour.
I can't believe the Earl allowed his daughter to refuse him. How scandalous.
William Hamley is an idiot. I wouldn't marry him either. She deserves someone better. Such a very bright and charming girl.
Oh, she's an
Il y a tant de monde, que font-ils tous ici?
Don't see that. It's not arrogant.
Hello, my name is Jack.
You have to be like that if you want people to respect you.
I agree. She will do
Revenir,
fine. It's the Earl's son I'm more worried about.
grimper sur les
To
remparts,
think that
traverser la
coward is set to be
cour.
next in line.
At least he knows how to order people around.
Right. What a brat.
Pour l'instant, je vois rien d'autre. Hein. C'est marrant qu'on laisse traverser quand même les chemins de ronde à tout le monde.
What is it, boy? You just want to stand there and stare? All right, then. Let's see what you've got.
Are you a knight?
No talking. That'd be cheating.
Je vais rien faire et on va voir. Est-ce qu'il joue en fait?
You're good. Could kill a boar with that stare. Pierce it like an arrow. Ever tried that, boy? Stare a boar to death?
No, but I can kill a deer with a rock.
You know what had happened to a boy who claimed he'd killed a deer?
Only the king is allowed to, right?
Aye, or the queen for that matter. Whoever has their arse on the bloody throne end of summer. Used to be that anyone could hunt, but these are proper times now. Decent and orderly. At least when it comes to butchering deer, that is.
Will you be fighting soon?
Why are you asking? All right, let me tell you a secret. Can you keep a secret? What color is your shite, boy?
On est un enfant, on répond
Brown.
honnêtement.
Nice. Mine's grey, like ash. But that's a secret, isn't it? For my shite's color is neither your nor anyone else's business. So you'd better keep that to yourself. Got it?
Are you a knight?
I'll be damned if I wasn't. Would have risked my life for nothing if all I was supposed to do was bake bread. Be warned, lad. Get a job that pays. Not one where you have to pay for a new horse every time someone kicks your arse. Being a knight costs you, especially when you're also a drunkard.
J'aime beaucoup ce gars.
Damn, if only I'd known.
J'aime beaucoup ce gars.
Huh.
What a strange boy.
Être un chevalier, ça coûte cher, surtout en alcool. C'était pas mal.
Are you knights?
We are? Why, you want to be like us?
Like you?
Tell you what, snatch us some food from the keep, and we might train you.
Very good. That should be a valuable first lesson.
Ok, est-ce qu'on a autre chose à faire? J'ai pas l'impression. Non, on va aller vers le donjon.
Watch your step, you little twit.
Don't mind him, boy. That's just William Hamley. He was hoping for a princess, but all he got was a boot.
What's he doing? Do you think he forgot something?
His dignity, perhaps?
Look, you strike me as an honest worker, but we have a right who does all the repairs for us.
Then something else, maybe? I heard rumours that there's all kinds of work here.
Well, unfortunately, it's not builders we're looking for. Actually, it's quite the opposite.
I understand. Thank you for your consideration. Walk with me, boy.
Ok, mais est-ce que d'abord je peux... examiner... Damalnia, j'attends notre réunion avec une grande excitation. Mon père est l'un des hommes les plus riches du pays. Et le vôtre est comte de Sharing. Ok... je pense qu'il manque un S, et le vôtre est comte de Sharing. Aucune famille ne pourra rivaliser avec la nôtre en termes de puissance. Vous n'avez pas à rougir en songeant à notre rencontre prochaine, madame. Vous en conviendrez parfaitement. Mon père nous a fait construire une maison, vous cuisinerez, vous chargerez du nettoyage, vous accueillerez nos hôtes, et vous prendrez soin de mes chevaux. De longues nuits seront vous récompensées. Ouah. Ouh, oui, 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 oui. C'est sûr que écrit comme ça... Vous cuisinerez, vous vous chargerez du nettoyage, vous accueillerez nos hôtes et vous prendrez soin de mes chevaux. Tu veux juste, en fait... Là, on a affaire vraiment à un personnage assez hors norme. Hein. C'est vraiment le... William, c'est le gars qui est né avec une cuillère en argent dans la bouche, qui a toujours eu tout ce qu'il désirait, de par la puissance de son père ou par la corruption. Et il ne conçoit pas la vie de couple, en fait. Pour lui, il s'intéresse à... comment elle s'appelle ? Aliena. Il s'intéresse à Aliena uniquement pour les possessions de son père, pour les richesses, et le reste, il n'en a rien à cirer. C'est en gros, tu vas te lier à moi, je récupère tout, et puis tu feras la vaisselle. C'est forcément que, au début, on ne sait pas que c'est Aliena, mais on l'a entendu lui répondre à William. C'est pour ça que c'était assez virulent, en fait. Un truc comme ça, c'est assez terrible. C'est tellement terrible que je vais prendre une photo. Parce que ça vaut le coup. Ça vaut le coup. Est-ce que j'arriverai à l'y prendre ou pas ? Ah oui, d'accord. Ça a l'air délicieux, prendre. Donc là, on a un choix. On peut donner soit au chevalier, mais à mon avis, c'est une arnaque.
So, have you heard about anyone else who might need a mason?
Last summer they were building at the monastery in Shaftesbury, but they might be finished now.
Il est en train de me voler maman. Ah.
Too many masons for too little work.
Très intéressant parce que Jack, c'est effectivement un enfant qui n'a pas connu son père et qui n'a eu que sa mère. Et soudainement, quelqu'un d'autre apparaît pour qui sa mère semble avoir une inclinaison. Donc forcément, il a l'impression qu'il est en train de perdre sa mère. Je pense pas qu'il déteste Tom Mulder, de base, parce qu'il sent que c'est quelqu'un d'assez gentil. Autant il aime pas le fils, ça c'est clair et net.
Even a fool can see these buildings need work. If the Earl's not worrying about his stalls and his kitchens, it might be something else.
On va poser cette question-là.
You can build castles?
Well, if I have the money and the people, yes. Maybe one day I'll show you how it's done.
Pourquoi vous avez besoin d'un travail? Ça aussi, c'est une question qui est bien pour Jack, qui a vécu en dehors de la société toute sa vie. Donc l'idée même d'argent, il ne le connaît pas, en fait.
What do you need work for?
It pays. It buys shelter and clothing and we don't have to starve. Not everyone can live in a forest, boy.
No?
Voilà.
No.
Ce côté innocent de Jack qui sait rien de la vie extérieure.
For that, things have to be set in stone. Like the laws in towns, or rents, or wages. If everyone did whatever they liked, things would get very bad very quickly.
D'accord. Et vous pouvez pas travailler ailleurs?
Can't you work somewhere else?
Not if we want to eat tonight.
They refused you.
Oh, just because work rarely falls into one's lap, that doesn't mean there is none. I'll give this place a look over while you tell your mother to be patient.
Que cherchez-vous?
What are you looking for?
Something to convince the Earl that keeping things the way they are won't do for long. Could be something small, like washed out mortar or a loose column. Now, I need to see the hole before I can carve the rock.
Je dois chercher des choses à réparer.
I'm going to talk to some people. You just keep an eye out. And if you see something I can fix, let me know.
Hop, ça on l'avait vu. Un mur semble s'effriter. Au moins on aura essayé, on sait que c'est fermé. On va traverser la cour. Beaucoup d'armes en armes. Hein. Hop, comme ça, on lui donne. Parce que c'est notre mère qui nous a demandé d'être gentil. Hein.
Where did you get that?
Just eat it.
Well, all right. Maybe you're not so bad after all.
Il en a pris qu'une bouchée. Ok. Donc c'est elle qui a d'ailleurs le bâton de maçon. Hein. Et j'imagine que ça va être le créneau qui est pété. Ouais, ça va être ça. Et il faut qu'on essaye de récupérer des informations de lui. D'ailleurs, on voit aussi qu'on a des mercenaires hein, dans le coin. Des gens qui ont des boucliers, des armures différentes.
Huh?
Will you be fighting soon?
Still need to know if you can keep a secret, boy. What's my shite's colour again?
On va lui répondre ce qu'il a dit.
Like ash.
Let's try that again. What's my shite's colour?
Grey, like ash.
Let's try that again. What's my shite's colour? Excellent. Looks like you can keep your mouth shut after all. You want to be in on the real deal now? Then just say the words. What's your bloody secret, Catface?
Allez, vas-y.
What's your bloody secret, Catface?
Well put, boy. Well put. For bloody it is. We are all going to fight soon. It's for a thing called loyalty. See, all these knights are loyal to one man, and he is loyal to another. And he then is loyal to yet another, a woman, who is the rightful queen of the English. For some here, loyalty's all about coin and favours and power. But for me, it's all about whom I trust, whom I'd follow all the way to hell for all the right reasons. Going to hell together with confidence and trust. It's what's holding this world together, boy. Ah, so, you understood my little secret? Good.
Do you need a mason?
Me? Well, these battlements could use a fresh stone or two, but apart from that, I don't know a bloody thing about building, and I don't want to. All I care about is a good sturdy wall and some hot tar to keep my enemies warm. And that reminds me of a story. You want to hear a story, boy? Well, you see, I'm not just one for a good solid tarring. But back in my day, I was also quite the stealthy bastard, if I may say so. So this one time, me and my men lay siege to this castle. While both sides rested for the night, I took my crowbar and swam over to the enemy. There was this piece of wall where the mortar had gone away, and one could easily look through the holes into their courtyard. So, what did I do? I smoothly tore a hole with my crowbar and snuck inside. Then, what you want to do is hit them where it really hurts. And that's not always the groin.
In this case, it was their old well barely standing up.
Ah,
So,
là, il donne
one
des
kick,
indices.
and all its rocks tumbled and covered the hole. From then on, they were without water. The shortest siege in the history of sieges. And not one man
Sans eau,
died,
je crois que c'est
all
48 heures.
because I had an eye on the wall and made good use of that well.
That's what knights do?
Knights do a lot of things, lad.
Donc on a eu des indices extrêmement intéressants. Et là, je crois qu'on a tout. Hein.
What is it, boy?
Parler à Tom.
The battlements are broken.
I noticed that already. Anything else?
There is a wall without mortar,
If that's true, you have a very keen eye.
and the well is in bad repair.
It is? Very good, Jack. That is one thing the Earl needs to get fixed for sure. Well, that should do for now. Now, stay sharp. Even better, keep an ear out for gossip about the Earl. If we can figure out what kind of man he is, we might learn what's important to him.
Ok, donc il faut encore discuter, j'imagine.
Come on. The keep is right up.
Là, je présume que ça va rien changer. Là, il n'y a plus rien. Je vais quand même aller voir au niveau du chevalier. Non, il n'y a rien. Donc il faut retourner vers le donjon, je pense.
We have followers all over the south of England.
Of course. You're the Earl, after all.
A title doesn't guarantee anything, my son.
I don't understand. Is that why you sent all those letters?
I'm sorry, boy. The Lady Aliena won't see any visitors today.
Lady Aliena?
A charming young woman. She lives on top of the keep.
Like a princess?
Well, no. Although, I suppose she would make a splendid queen indeed. For now, she is just the Earl of Shiring's daughter, and quite good at her role, if I may say so.
D'accord, il y a vraiment une princesse dans la tour. Donc ça, c'est pour...
I want to see the lady.
My, you are just as rude as her previous visitor, aren't you? All want but no manners.
Can I see her?
May I see her?
May I?
As I said already, she won't receive any more visitors today. At least not any scoundrels. Not after that Hamley boy tried to propose to her. Again. She'd rather enjoy some quiet than another wide-eyed piglet who thinks himself a minstrel. Now don't start singing, please.
ça sent que le gars a subi pas mal de trucs.
Hamley?
Yes, Percy Hamley's son, William. Now, off you go. And farewell to you.
We only know what's happening in the south, but Earl Robert is in the west.
Together we control the entire southwest.
Not all of it, but we have messengers in place to keep us informed about everything. Now, be quiet for a moment. I need to think.
No. The Earl...
Ok. Alors, on va y retourner.
There are so many knights here. Do you think there's also a princess?
There is one.
What?
There is a princess here.
Oh, show me.
Est-ce que du coup on arrivera? Et voici Aliena.
My lady,
Yes, Matthew?
there are 2 children downstairs, desperately wanting to see you.
Children?
A rather cheerful little girl and an annoying boy.
Well, considering that it is my role to tend to my father's guests, I believe I can see them.
Your father let you renounce a wedding. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if you declined this as well.
But a cheerful little girl?
And an annoying boy.
We will get along. You may bring them up.
Et donc c'est la première rencontre avec Aliena, un personnage qu'on va suivre tout au du long de l'histoire.
Oh, it's you. I noticed you and your parents from my window. What can I do for you? You're quite shy, aren't you? Would you like something to eat?
But they won't serve food yet.
They do what I tell them. I will have Matthew get you some bread.
Yes, please. Where's your mother?
My mother died.
Aren't you sad?
I was, but that was a long time ago. My brother Richard can't even remember her.
My mother's dead too.
When did she die?
Last week.
Oh. Who's that woman with you then?
On va répondre.
That's my mother.
And where's your father?
I never had a father.
Where did you come from then?
From my mother. All young things come from their mothers. What have fathers got to do with it?
I think you should have a word with your mother. Come on, I want to show you something. Have you ever been up this high before?
No. Wow. All the people look so small. Like little mice. You must be up here every day.
I used to, but nowadays I try to hold myself back.
Why?
We are about to make some great enemies. If our first assault fails, they may want to lay siege to our castle, so I will have to get used to staying up here for a long while. I suppose this view will bore me soon enough. Till then, I'm trying to keep it special.
And you're sharing it with us. I don't think that I'll ever get bored by this.
Come on, let's go back down. Matthew will take you to your parents.
Ok.
How did it go?
Oh, she was so pretty. Don't you agree, Jack?
Voilà. C'était très intéressant parce qu'on a rencontré le personnage d'Aliena, comme dit, qui va nous suivre tout du long de l'histoire. Et ça, vous le découvrirez au fur et à mesure du temps. En tout cas, j'espère que ça vous a plu. On va arrêter là. On a 1h09 en plus. Donc un peu plus long que d'habitude. C'était Enquête d'histoire sur Ken Follett, les piliers de la Terre. 2-3 choses assez intéressantes, surtout au niveau de la construction et des petits indices qui commencent à être parsemés. Donc on va voir où est-ce que tout ça va nous amener. En tout cas, merci d'avoir regardé et à la prochaine.